I'm going to talk to you about self-care. Just like we look after our physical health, we can take steps to look after our emotional well-being also. Everyday activities can help build our resilience to managing our emotional well-being. These are called ACEs: achieve, connect, enjoy, and sleep. Let's talk about achieve. What do you do that gives you a sense of achievement? Do you do drama? Do you play a musical instrument? Do you write? Do you sing? Do you cook? Do you craft? There are many things that you can engage in that will really give you a sense of achievement. What about connect? What do you do to connect to the community, to your family, to your friends? Have you joined a club? Do you volunteer? What do you do to spend time with your family? All this is about connecting and keeping connected to those that mean something to you. And what about enjoyment? What do you enjoy in life? Do you enjoy spending time with friends? Do you enjoy spending time with your family? Do you enjoy running? It's really important that you spend time and you have the time to do those things that you enjoy in life. And sleep. Sleep is so important for you. It's important for your physical well-being, your emotional well-being. It recharges your batteries. So the next day you can engage in all those things that you want to do to achieve, to connect, and to enjoy. Now I'd like you to have a discussion on what we've talked about. Share some ideas, some tips on maybe how to get better sleep, some ideas on how to connect with the community, some clubs. And you'll be given a worksheet. This will help you create a weekly timetable to promote your physical and emotional well-being. Make sure you include all the ACEs and maybe share some ideas with others. When we become distressed, the best way to manage this is to engage with our senses. Now, there's a fantastic way we can do this by creating something called a self-soothe kit. Now, this self-soothe kit can be a virtual one or something physical to hold, and I'll give you some examples on how you can do this. These self-soothe kits don't have to be huge. They can be virtual or physical. You could have a travel self-soothe kit that you can take to school with you, or you can have one specially for home. Let's look at the senses individually. Let's take the sense of sight. What would you put in your self-soothe kit for that? I would put in mine a favourite photograph, or maybe a drawing I'd made full of colour. Maybe a piece of fabric that's really colourful that makes me happy. Let's talk about another sense. Let's talk about hearing. What can you put in your self-soothe kit? In mine, I have a playlist of songs that make me feel happy, chilled and calm. Let's talk about another sense. Let's talk about smell. What would you put in your kit? It could be a body spray or a perfume. It could be a soap. It could be the smell of some minty sweets. It could be anything that makes you feel calm and more in the moment. And what about your sense of taste? Let's think about what you could put in your kit. Your favourite food, your favourite drink. Think about how it feels when you're eating that food. And take your time and really focus on what you're eating or drinking. Let's talk about the sense of touch. What would you put in your kit? I've got a stress ball in mine, but you may want to go and stroke a pet. You may want to have your hair brushed. You may want to put on some comfy clothes. Anything that makes you feel comfortable and calm. So anything that's meaningful to you can go in your self-soothe kit.
Now I'm going to introduce the TIPP skill. The TIPP skill is incredibly useful when your emotions are running high and you need to change them quickly. There is a close relationship between our bodies and our emotions. If we change one, then we can change the other. The TIPP skills work on changing our bodies so that we can change our emotional states. TIPP is an acronym and stands for temperature, intense exercise, paced breathing and progressive muscle relaxation. I'll now go through each one and explain what they mean. The TIPP skill is particularly useful when coping with exam stress. T, temperature. Drop the temperature of your face by holding your breath and putting your face in a bowl of cold water. Try holding a cold pack over your eyes and cheeks for 30 seconds. I, intense exercise. Do intense exercise for a short while, 10 to 15 minutes will do. Use your body's stored up energy by running, walking fast, jumping jacks, sit-ups or dancing. Be careful not to overdo it. P is for paced breathing. Slow your breathing down to 5 to 7 in and out breaths per minute. Breathe deeply from your stomach. Breathe out more slowly than you breathe in. For example, breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 6 seconds. Do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. P is for progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and relax each muscle group. Move from head to toes, tensing and relaxing one muscle group at a time. Tense for 5 seconds, then relax all the way. Now with your facilitator, you're going to try some of these exercises in action.